I mean, time to break out the popcorn, man.
Yeah, well, season one was pretty good.
Season one was a goddamn train wreck. I kept seeing this pop up on Instagram and social media. I didn't get some of the memes. It was like the Carol Baskin lady, like, "Hey, I look cute today. I think I'm gonna go kill my husband or something." And that's what the like some
Yeah,
of the memes were saying. Like I thought it was just the new meme or the new Karen meme or something. Like I didn't fully understand that. But I didn't fully understand. I didn't realize this was coming from a TV show on Netflix. And I kept
yeah,
seeing it over and over and over. And then I started seeing people post about Tiger King, Tiger King, Tiger King. And then I started getting messages. Hey, did you see Tiger King? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about right now.
yeah,
And then I played that first episode. And I don't think I stopped until I got all the way through the series. Um
yeah.
I, I binge watch like Sopranos and The Wire. I don't binge watch Netflix series about. But I don't know how you felt, but there was so much. This dude's a country singer. He
Yeah,
runs this tiger farm. He's got all these misfits of people working for him. There's like a murder plot. Like, what the hell's going on? This shit's crazy.
yeah, yeah. It
Um,
was almost like too crazy to be true.
hey, like Stephen King couldn't even write this shit. Like
Yeah,
it was so crazy you couldn't believe it. And then you got to step back and like I had family down in that part of the country at one point. I remember going through there. It's like I never want to go back. It was just it just wasn't like a enjoyable place for me. The big place to go to was like Sonic or something, or I think it was Sonic down there, something like that. And that was it. Like that was the big thing to do. And you have to remember that after you watch this whole series, you go, people live like this in this country.
yeah,
These people live in the same country as you do, and it's like, man, this was just oh shit. And this wasn't like I'm sure some of this stuff was probably scripted or they planned ahead. I don't think it was nothing's ever 100% reality, but they seem like pretty much reality, right? It,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember what blew my mind. I don't remember the exact figure now, but they were talking about how much it costs to run the zoo on for like a week or a month or something, and it was just a staggering amount. And I thought, how is he making this much money getting people to come to this tiger zoo?
yeah, and so if when I had family down in that area, they were on I would say on the poorer side of things. They lived in old trailers. That I mean, it was like dilapidated trailers. It was
Hmm.
they weren't living good. Okay, so I think about like this is the area, but somehow these people were coming up with the money to go pay to go see this shit every day. Um, but then I don't know if you remember they were doing they're talking about how much it costs to feed all the animals. So I think they're
That's it. That's it. That was, yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
and I want to say where they get like roadkill.
Yeah,
Maybe I don't know if it was in the series or I read that like if they could find like fresh roadkill from the county, they would get that, or they would buy like old meat from the big retail stores or like things that are expired. And it's like, man, it was one like once this thing got going, it took so much money to maintain it.
yeah,
Um, it's like it's just that the guy that's like, hey, you can't shoot this pistol without the clip in it, and he blows his brains out. It's like,
yeah,
go. I don't know. He's got a TV show. He's a country singer. He's got a whole stable of dudes that are like his his husbands, and he's got this tiger farm, and he's what the no one could write this shit better. And then you realize like it blew up because it was so real. It was so real. It was almost unbelievable.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Well, what do you think season two would be about? Just I don't know, random guess.
that I don't know because you had these other characters in the mix, right? You had um, some of the other people in the country that were doing something similar to what he did.
Mhm.
I want to say maybe I'm thinking I read some news somewhere, quote me, that like one or two of those guys got shut down or locked up. And then you had, what was it, Jeff, the guy from Vegas?
Yeah, I think.
Um, he looked like stereotypical 2004 Vegas. But you know, it's that look from 2000. It's a very particular time, if you know what I'm talking about. The trucker hat and an Ed Hardy type of series.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, that guy in the mix, and then there was what was the other guy that was involved? That was kind of there were so many different moving pieces and characters with their hands in this. I feel like they could go to season 2 or part 2, whatever this is, and if you just followed up on some more of those plot lines and kind of where they are now, you got 2 hours of film.
Mm,
Um,
true.
so
True.
this thing had to make some money somewhere, right?
Yeah. So good that you brought that up. So I mean, this headline says that it would have just blown away. I mean,
Oh shit,
first 10-day earnings if it ran in the theaters. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
dude, we could have had like the number one like series of all times of a goddamn
Yeah.
like it's just oh my god. You wonder like where's the next story like this out there? There's another story like this that we don't know about. Not to do with animals, right? But there's something. Um,
Yeah,
there's
that's
something.
wild to think about. That's
Yeah,
wild to think about because I can't even imagine. Yeah.
this was going on for all those years, and there's a little part of the country, right? And we're over here getting Starbucks. It's eating sushi. Like it's life over here.
Yeah.
They're down here like just it's like madness when you see what was going on down there. And there's probably another story. What's that? There's a TV show on Netflix. I can't remember now. The dude's down in I remember he works for like drug dealers, and then he's like moves his family somewhere to smuggle his money. Oh man, I gotta pull that up.
Mhm.
But you wonder like is Ozark or Ozark?
Ozarks.
Yeah, it's another one of those shows that makes you wonder like is that where life is like in that area? And you travel to different places sometimes, and things just get strange. It's like I got family that's like in the Kentucky mountains and shit. Like things are just it's just different down there, right? Um, and then you go to the city, and like there's these different social circles in the city that things are just different, right? There's all these different lives going on. And we're such a large country; it's so vast. There's so many different income levels and lifestyle. Like there's another story just like this out there waiting to when will we discover it? Who knows? They didn't know they had this probably.
Yeah.
Like they didn't know they had this until it blew up. Like
Well, the idea that 34.3 million unique people watched it in the first 10 days. I mean, how many things have that power nowadays to show you, okay, yeah, this is the story that can do that. So I think you're right. Netflix will have just gone, whoa.
could you imagine editing this thing?
Yeah, what got
Like
cut out?
not just cut out, but I think they probably didn't really know what they had until they had it.
Mm.
But imagine as you're going through and putting this thing together. And it's like this guy, blows his brains out. He's over here doing the country thing. This person gets their arm gnawed off,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they seem perfectly happy about it. It just seemed like a lot of craziness. I couldn't imagine editing. Like
Yeah,
I don't
you're
know.
right. Because you got to think like they won't be filming them. Like this will have been going on, like you said, for years. And then they will have filmed them over a limited period of time. And this much craziness got caught on camera. Like what else happened over the time that the cameras weren't on?
It's like where do I splice in where husband number 2 blows his brains out in the office? How do I mix that in with Joe and the when Joe threw on the EMS jacket? It's like Wait, where did he get the? What, you just got that shit on standby? Like this guy just changes costumes, like he snaps his fingers, and I couldn't imagine sitting around and editing this shit. Like, is this real?
Oh, he ran for office too, right?
Yeah, like I said, there was so many levels to this craziness. Mind blowing.
Mind blowing.
You gonna watch part 2?
Oh, I'm sure it'll find its way onto the television for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Like, I'm gonna see like your Instagram post one day. Like, oh shit,
I'm running for office.
just watch part 2 of this.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, there's probably some more crazy stuff that we don't even know. So,
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. That's all I got for Tiger King, man.
Sounds good.
All right, I'll catch you.